Hi there. So one of my newest obsessions, as you can see, is crystal skulls. And I just wanted to run through them, share them with you, in case there's anything you like and want to look for yourself. So let's start with jasper. So this is a mookaite jasper skull, and it was the very first one I bought, and it started this whole cascade of me collecting these. It's got some pretty greens, some really light pinks, and this one's a little more less realistic in its carving, but I still think it's pretty cute. This is called snakeskin jasper, and it's got layers of red and white. So jasper is quartz, essentially, a type of quartz. It's in the same family, but it's opaque. This is an ocean jasper. You can see ocean jasper has those cool little round formations. This one's yellow and green. Here's another ocean jasper, but in some pretty blues and reds. You can also see they often have like these holes. I like the colors. Also ocean jasper, but dark green. You can see it still has kind of that cool look to it. This one's referred to as network jasper because of the network of lines. And then here's some more mookaite jasper. I actually have a few of them. I really love the colors. And mookaite jasper is from Australia. I think they're called that because of the Mooka River. This mookaite has red and yellow in it. I really like the back. I think it looks like an apple. These two are also mookaite. They're nearly the same, but I just love that grape purple color. Really pretty. If I get any of these wrong, don't hate me. I'm not an expert. Here we have howlite. This one's a little heavier than the jaspers. It's got really pretty. At first I thought that this was like not a very interesting stone, but in person, honestly, it's very pretty. This one is called pulmite. I believe it's also a jasper. Here is a picture jasper. Normally picture jasper has browns and various tan tones in it that kind of make a landscape look. This one was all white, which I kind of liked because it just looks very appropriate for a skull. This is called Dalmatian jasper. Dalmatian because of the spots. I don't think it's a true jasper, but still kind of fun. Here we have fossilized coral. You can see the little coral formations. So it's not actual coral, it's been fossilized, so replaced with the rock material. Another fossil. I really like these because they've got these Really interesting shapes. And this one has like a nice dark orange color to it, and lots of little coral formations. I think this one is called Picasso jasper because it's said to look like brush strokes. You can see like the more quartzy formation. I totally don't remember how to say the name of this one. It starts with a C, but it's basically just quartz with copper in it. It's got a copper stone in it, and that's that green that you see. Here, these are both Kambaba jasper, and they've got those cool circular formations too. They look pretty different, the two of them, but they're the same. This one is called Peace jasper. It's actually kind of interesting that it's like a little pinkish, pink purplish in between the green. And then we got Hiso jasper. This one's heavier. I'm guessing it has more iron in it. So it's got like the hematite look in between the light green. It's pretty cool. Moving into the agates. So agates again are part of the quartz family. They have a little more translucency generally. These are both moss agate. You can see they kind of have, it looks like a moss. So kind of cool. And here's two that are of that less realistic carving shape, but they're kind of neat. I think they're both called lace agate or crazy lace agate. This one, it's more speckled. I'm not sure, but it's pretty cool. This one has the very typical lace agate layers. I really like agates. Here's a really cool crazy lace agate. These are from Mexico, but it's got that nice little geode look in there. All those different layers and colors. Zigzags. Yeah, that's really cool. These three are all like a banded agate. I mean, agate has bands in it. I think that's part of the definition, but these ones have some cool ones. Gray to white. Dusty. This one has like a geoded section quartz where you can kind of see the crystal formation, which is pretty cool. It's also another agate, but he's got more of a clear quartz back end with a gray face. Cat hair everywhere. I like this one. And this one's got a whole top half that's like a big old geode. It's really pretty. catches the light really nicely. And almost like a layer of what you might consider like a mossy agate there and on top. I can't reach it. These two are called Petersite, named after the guy who discovered it. They're both pretty cool, but this one in particular, you can see it's almost like a bunch of little broken fibrous structures. Kind of neat. Show you some basic quartz here. You got your classic clear quartz. And this one actually can catch some rainbows sometimes. It's a gray quartz. I don't think gray is really considered like a smoky, it's just the color. But see, it's got some pretty flash too. This one's just a regular clear quartz, but it's more opaque. I like that you can see the layers. In person, it really has a lot of depth. This is quartz with tourmaline in it. So they're like structurally straight formation within the quartz. Miss on a bit of his nose there, but it's still pretty cool. And then this one has some green tourmaline in it. Not as prominent. The quartz is also a little orangey. Here are some strawberry quartz. Really like how sparkly they are. I don't know much about the metaphysical properties of these. I've been trying to learn about their geological properties first because I think it's pretty cool. These are some rose quartz. Pink doesn't show up super good on the camera, but they are pink. They're really pretty. These three are called lemon stone, and that's basically just, it's quartz, but it's been radiated and heat treated to turn it yellow. Not all quartz will turn yellow, some will turn like black, so I think it's aluminum rich quartz that'll turn yellow. They're kind of cool. I like yellow. This one's more green. And then just some quartz with some other inclusions. I think this one's probably been heat treated, turn it that yellow color. It's got some green. This one's got some iron. These both have iron in them, iron inclusions for that red streaks. Kind of cool. Probably gonna say kind of cool like 100,000 times. Here's a classic. We've got some amethyst. This is called Dream Chevron Amethyst because it's got a lot of this white. This one doesn't have much of the chevron shape. Amethyst is just essentially purple quartz. Yeah, really pretty. placing them on the shelf as I go here. Here are two of my personal favorites. These are kyanite. I just love that blue color. This one in particular is really pretty. I think it's a little bit more brittle, so it just doesn't carve as easily. This one's much darker, but same stone. These two are garnet. So, you know, when we think of garnet as a gemstone, it's typically the red. These have red and green. Different qualities of stone. A lot of sparkle too. It's kind of hard to capture. And these two are really cool. These are my heaviest, hematite and pyrite. Fool's gold. Both really cool, really dense. Definitely a harder stone. So here are some, these are called blue sandstone or blue goldstone. These are man-made. I think it's a glass with like pulverized quartz in it. But man, are they glittery. And I really like them because they're glittery. As a kid, I loved goldstone, the orange goldstone. I'll probably try and get a skull in the orange goldstone when I see one come up. This one's a little bit smaller, but this is opalite, which is also man-made. But I love the way it catches the light. You can see that orange dancing in there. Actually, despite not being a natural stone, it's definitely one of my favorites. I'm probably gonna say this one wrong. I think this is leopidite. A really pretty soft lilac purple color. These three are rhodonite. I think rhodonite has magnesium. I could be incorrect, but these are heavy. They're very, very solid. Varying degrees of black. I really like this one with the pink and black. And then this one has more of a brown. I think it's due to oxidation. Really pretty. These two are obsidian, which is a natural volcanic glass. This one especially is really nice and dark. I think when carving these, they chip easily, so it's kind of nice to find some that weren't too badly chipped. Let's move into tiger's eye family. These, I have several because I really like them. These two are probably my flashiest. So tiger's eye has that very distinct way it catches the light, and that's actually it's actually iron-rich asbestos fibers. So asbestos fibers are trapped within the quartz, and when they oxidize, they turn that brown, golden color. That's what makes that. That's pretty cool. This one has a ton of flash to it. Or I guess eye effect is what that's called. I've got some other ones that they're generally called like tiger iron. or tiger iron eye, because they have more iron in them. But you can see it still has that eye effect in the back. It's pretty cool. I do really like these, so I have quite a few. This one's really pretty. Really catches the light. It's probably my best one. And some that you can see, like this one has a lot more of the iron in it. Heavier too. And then you got two examples of what's commonly called hawkeye, or sometimes blue tiger eye. These two pieces they don't have a whole lot of that eye flash. Here you can see it at the top of that one. It looks pretty cool. But this is basically tiger's eye with that iron asbestos in it, but it hasn't oxidized. It was encased in quartz before it oxidized and turned brown or rusted. Oh, there's a good bit. So eagle eye or blue tiger eye. I think I've seen it called hawkeye. These three are all the same. These are known as lanite or K Syrah or blue opal. It doesn't actually have opal in it. It's got some blue quartz in it, but these are like a conglomeration of several different stones. So a little bit of everything in these. And they've got that pink color and the blue color kind of all mixed in. I've got a couple of calcites. So this is an orange calcite, orange and white calcite. So this is different from quartz. And this one is Caribbean calcite, which I guess is like kind of a newer discovery, but it's got the blue and white, looks very oceany. So my calcite skulls. This is my one fluorite skull. I really like blue fluorite. It's typically purple, green, or sometimes blue. This one's got some nice blues in it. Again, another one that's kind of hard to find. I think because carving it in these shapes is more difficult without it breaking. Here we have two adventurine or advertine. I'm probably saying that wrong. But an orange and a blue. They got some nice glitter to them too. And then I've got several of these, which are African greenstone, also known as verdite, verde for the green. This one has a lot of other colors in it. Some of them are very solid green. This one's a straight green. It's an African greenstone. They all vary a little bit. I think that's one of the coolest things about, stone collecting, is even if it's the same stone, they're all unique. here are a couple that I often get confused. So these two are lapis lazuli, and you can see they actually have got a lot of dust and hair on them, but they have pyrite in them, those gold flecks, and then that bright blue color. And then this one is sodalite, which also has the white and blue, but it's much deeper, darker blue. So lapis lazuli and sodalite. These three are, I'm going to say this wrong too, euconite. Green and pink. This one's much lighter, but it's still got kind of a green and pink in there if you look closely. These two are a little more of the typical color. This one has some nice kind of clear quartz running through it. Gives it some character. I'm not going to say this one right either. It's Demeterite, something like that. Demeterite. It's a pretty blue with speckles. Blue and white with speckles. These ones are a type of jade, a more common, less rare type of jade. But they're a really light green with a lot of translucency. I like them. This one was also listed as a jade, tricolor jade, I guess just because it has 3 colors. Jade can come in a lot of colors. Of course, it's known for green, but these ones are ruby zoisite. This one, of course, doesn't really have much of the ruby color in it, so I guess zoisite. Does have a lot of glitter, a lot of glitter, and that cool black stripe down the middle. And then this one has more of the ruby color in it. These are a little heavier too, denser stone. This one I couldn't find a lot of information on. It was listed as gold star stone, I guess because it has those star formations on it. This one's really more of like a rock than a crystal. I mean, crystals are rocks, but rocks don't have crystalline structure. Here we have bronzite. The camera's not catching it, but this really has a lot of sparkle to it. And of course, bronze. We have some bloodstone. Here's the really typical look for the African bloodstone. So like it's just basically like a gray quartz with red specks in it. This one has like a brain cap. And then this one was called chicken bloodstone. I think the structure is very different. It doesn't have any of the quartz translucency, maybe more like a jasper. And this one's also, I think, an African bloodstone. I really liked it. It looked like his mouth was bloody. It's got a lot of glittery bits. And my last bloodstone is the dragon's bloodstone or dragon blood jasper. I don't know if this one's a true jasper either, but it's got that really cool red and green. What do I have left? I have just a couple left. Here's my smallest skull. This is blue lace agate. You can see the really pretty layers there with the light blue color. Teeny tiny, but really nice. It's expensive one to find in a larger size. Here's another amethyst, smaller skull. The carving's a little less defined, but still a pretty purple color. You can see some of that chevron shaping. Here's two of my stranger skulls. These are carved out of ocean jasper. Very wonky. I don't know, I was kind of drawn to them just because they're so weird. This one too. It's got a really long head, but look at the pretty colors of those rocks. So yeah, my odd ones. And then last but not least, my largest skull here is comes in two pieces. His jaw comes off. This is a moss agate. Really pretty deep greens. Yeah, so that is my skull collection. It is a bit much, but I like them. I took everything off the desktop to dust, but I'll set my pretty things back up. All right, that's it. Thanks.